Hello, beautiful yogis. Veronique here with our April tutorial video. Today we will be working on headstand prep as well as just some cues and some things to focus on when playing with headstand. If that sounds terrifying to you or maybe exciting to you, or if initially you have a gut reaction to it and you feel more comfortable working in class and maybe just observing this video, and then we can work one-on-one together. I want you to feel safe and supported, but this is just a way to maybe start to think about different things in preparation for headstand. So one of the key elements is safety. Certainly wanting to protect the neck, and also supporting through the core. So the tendency as we're building towards headstand is just wanting to arrive there. And so I'm really going to encourage you to focus on core strength, moving really slowly and with purpose, never kicking up, so that we're really engaging through the core, and that is what propels us to eventually find ourselves upside down. Certainly, like with every pose, I just want to highlight that this is just another portal into the self. If headstand isn't for you, that is completely fine. Sometimes it's just another asana, another pose to maybe reveal something about yourself. So certainly when I first learned this pose, I sat in class and thought I will never be able to do this without the wall as my support. And so just be gentle with yourself, take it breath by breath, and most importantly, have a little bit of fun. So the most important thing is to breathe. And certainly if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me directly. So one of the first things that I want to highlight, so we're going to be focusing on Shirshasana headstand, and that's the variation where we have this base underneath ourselves. And so the great thing about this variation is there shouldn't be any excessive weight on the head, and particularly none on the neck. So we're really wanting to push the earth away with the forearms. And so there should be a sensation as if you could lift your head off of the earth, even with your head on the earth as well. So I'll be demonstrating this against the wall. And I invite you, if this is a new pose for you, to certainly work at the wall as well. So I'll show the prep. So one of the key principles, so I'll just show it this way and then I'll turn to the side. So we'll be measuring the length of, or the distance rather, of how far the elbows should be apart. And a really great way to do that is to find opposite elbows with the hands. And then gluing the elbows down, simply bringing the hands here. So we're building a little bit of a base. And then this little hammock will actually come behind the head. So we're in this shape. So this is what it looks like sort of upside down, just so that you have a visual. Your head isn't on your hands, the hands are behind you, and you're really drawing those elbows in. And the more you can engage the elbows to be directly under the shoulders, the more supported that you'll be, because when you're first starting out, the elbows tend to splay out and then you're not as supported through the shoulder joints. So you'll come here, you'll measure out your shoulders, and then you'll have your hands here. You'll bring your head down to the earth, and then maybe you just play here, getting friendly with this idea of the head being below the heart. And then you could play here and then just start to engage to lift up. See how I'm pushing the earth away? That's the sensation that you're wanting. Once you're comfortable here, we're going to just tuck the toes under and lift the knees off of the earth. So we're arriving here. So it's sort of like a downward facing dog shape, and maybe just play with lifting your head up here. And it's different for every person, finding that sort of perfect spot on the head where you're allowing length in the neck and you're not sort of compressing the spine. So feel where that is for you. And then once you're friendly, start to walk your feet in as far towards your elbows as you can. And then once you're here, maybe just lingering here. If you have the flexibility, I encourage you to walk your feet as far in so that your back can actually make contact with the wall. And that will give you the confidence and the encouragement that you have that support there to come up. That is something where you can breathe and linger there. So we're here. So feel free to pause at any time and just play. Maybe from here you start to lift one foot up and then the other. So you could just be prepping here. Maybe you take breaks in between, finding a child's pose. And then go slowly, right? So just resist the urge to just sort of throw yourself there. Build that core strength. So I'm going to show you in real time, controlled coming up into your Shirshasana headstand. So really, I encourage you to take a lot of time and build the pose with control. So we'll be here, walking your feet in, bringing one knee and then the other. So you could linger here. If it's available to you, slowly start to draw your knees towards the sky as well. So you're in this shape and you're moving nice and slowly. Maybe once the toes touch the wall, then you can start to lengthen the legs straight up. And so all the while I'm pushing my forearms into the earth. So as you can see, I can lift my head off of the earth. And then to descend, you'll come back just as you came in, drawing the knees towards the chest. And then you can slowly lower yourself down into a child's pose. So there you are. I should have said at the beginning, please do warm-ups before you sort of just throw yourself into a headstand. Nice way to warm up, certainly maybe doing a sun salutation A or 5, doing some cat-cows, doing a little bit of warm up through the spine, building the strength in the arms, and then certainly once you feel nice and warm, maybe something to play with. So I hope that that is helpful. Certainly feel free to comment below with any questions, and if you are in Vero Beach, feel free to pull me over and we can work with it directly in person. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.